Hello, my name is Xavier Mercado, and this is Spearhead Conversations. Today I'm joined by special guest Shelby McEwen, former Olympian and soon to be Olympian once again this coming summer. From Tokyo to Paris, he's also an elite athlete that just has not stopped with the accolades. Three titles, a D1 out of Alabama. He's just built himself from the ground up. Through the graces, we were able to connect, and here we are today. So without further ado, how you doing, Shelby?
Man, glad to be here, man. Thanks for the opportunity. Huge opportunity for you and myself both.
Yeah.
And I'm just glad y'all were able to come down and reach out to me and set this platform and foundation for both of us for success. So I'm excited and looking forward to it.
Yeah, man, dude, I'm definitely excited, man. I've did the research. I see what you're doing out here. I've seen you jump from a free throw line. God, man, did you?
So much, huh?
But yeah, man. I mean, I'm definitely rooting for you. My team's rooting for you. You got the awards right behind you, man.
Oh, yeah.
All in all.
Yes, sir.
But how you been lately?
Man, everything's been going good. Recently new here in Houston. Been here for a year.
Yeah.
I moved here to train. Everything's going great. I mean, I'm feeling good. I'm healthy. I'm in shape, and I'm putting the work in to get the great results out of it. So
Yeah.
it's just a process. It's a journey. Just got to stay disciplined, stay focused, lock in, and really just separate yourself from the rest. I have buddies outside. Play the video game every now and then, but I feel like once it's that time to lock in and just dedicate myself to my job, because this is what I do for my job. This is my job.
Yeah.
And lock in, and man, I have fun with it. So I'm just excited for what's to come. I'm excited for everything that's happened. And hey, man, it's just been a journey, and I thank God for it.
Well, yeah, man. I've been, like I said, I've been watching and truly a fan, but let's jump into it.
Oh, yeah.
All right. You ready?
I'm ready. Let's rock and roll. Yes, sir.
So where were you born?
Man, I was born in Oxford, Mississippi, a small town. Grew up and raised in Abbeville, Mississippi, which is like 15 minutes outside of Oxford.
Yeah.
Just born and raised, country boy, country living.
Yeah.
And man, just grew up a good kid, had both of my parents growing up. And man, it's just a blessing to be able to have them and still have them by my side. And just a rough kid growing up. I knew I was going to be special at something. My mom always told me that I was athletic. I was a dirty boy, rough kid, growing up, just like to try different things out. So I think she saw the potential on me at a young age. And so
Yeah.
I guess as I matured and got older and went through elementary, I just, started to progress. And
Well, go more into your childhood. How was your childhood?
my childhood, man, it was great. I mean, like I said, I grew up a rough kid when it come to playing outdoors, jumping off hay, just enjoying my family, enjoying my cousins, and man, just grew up and playing basketball on a wood. I started off playing basketball on a wood basketball goal that was built off a light pole.
Wow.
So a lot of people don't know that story. So it was a backboard, a wooden backboard, and I think it was still standing.
Yeah.
When my mom was playing back in their day. So I got my first dunk actually on that goal because the rim and the light pole, it started to lean itself, started to come out the ground a little bit.
Yeah.
But also I think I started just dunking around on that goal with a tennis ball, a baseball, and then gradually as I got older and was able to hold on to a basketball, I gradually started getting better and better.
Man,
So that's where it started at. Yeah.
The creativity.
Creativity, yeah.
Creative mind of Shelby.
Yeah, so once I tore that goal down, I got my first basketball goal, and hey, man, I was bringing that one down all the time. So
Yeah.
it was fun.
So basketball was a big thing growing
Yeah,
up.
basketball was my first love, man. I had hoop dreams.
Hoop dreams.
I had hoop dreams, and growing up, I kept up with all type of players. Michael Jordan, which he was way before my time, but as I got older and started to know who he was, kept up with him. Kobe Bryant. I was a big Detroit Pistons fan back in the early 2003, 2004 era.
What was it? The five?
The Fab
Five?
The Fab Five, yeah, the Fab
Okay.
Five. So Ben Wallace, Rasheed Wallace, and Tayshaun Prince.
Oh, you're 04. Okay, got
04,
you.
yeah,
Yep.
04 guy.
Yeah.
So yeah, I used to keep up with the Pistons. Then I got over to the Orlando Magic side with Jameer Nelson, and I kept up with them. But really wasn't big on NBA.
Yeah.
And I was more of a college guy, so I loved Duke growing up. I loved to watch J.J. Redick, all those guys. I was a big Duke fan. Like my dream school was to go to Duke and play basketball. So
Well, Mr. Christopher Green, we'll give him a shout out. Who
sure.
connected us? He's definitely a Duke fan. You know
time.
that, man.
Oh yeah.
I tried to give him a sweater like a month ago.
Yeah.
It was too small. But yeah, no. What type of student were you in high school?
In high school, I was a great student. A lot of people looked at me as a teacher's pet.
Yeah.
But overall, I was a good student, man. Just motivating the other kids, you know, the ones that looked up to me, that saw the potential in me, that believe in my abilities, which was my coach, my teammates, just regular outside students on the daily, whether it's my teachers, the principals, and everybody, the staff. And I think they just saw a different light on me. And I just had to kind of walk in that way of just being that type of person, being respectable to others around me, respecting my fellow classmates, my teammates, and just being respectable to everybody. Because I was the type guy, you know, I was a helpful person in school. You know, I didn't mind helping others, didn't mind just, you know, motivating others, talking to others about anything.
Yeah.
Whether it was sports, whether it was something that they wanted to do in the future. I was just that type of student. You know?
Okay. Well, you know, sports. You're an athlete. You know, all around. During high school, what sports were you involved with?
Oh, so I played football my junior high year.
Okay.
Broke my wrist in the 7th grade. I actually finished that game and actually had a good game. And later that night, it's crazy. I was complaining about my wrist, and I went to the doctor the next day. Come to find out, I had to get a cast and stuff put on.
Yikes.
So after that, I decided to give the football up, and it was all about basketball.
Yeah.
I didn't really start taking track serious until like my junior year of high school, but from 9th grade all the way through my senior year of high school, it was just all about basketball. Couldn't let the ball go.
Yeah.
So it was a journey, man. It was a journey.
So basketball was
that was my
course?
love. Yeah, it was my love, man. It was my first love, and I still love it to this day. It was just hard to give it up.
Did you do track?
I actually did track. So I started taking track serious my junior year of high school, which I didn't do it. Like I did part of the season my junior year, but AAU, I kind of stopped playing. And later that summer, I went to Vegas and, you know, played basketball and got on the circuit out in Vegas with the Adidas circuit and just enjoyed every moment of it. So track really wasn't my main focus until my senior year. So out in Vegas my junior year, I just went out there and, you know, just had fun with the circuit.
Well, high school with all these, what type of accolades during high school did you accomplish?
Oh man, yeah. So actually, the year I went out to Vegas in 2014, I was a junior in high school. Went out there and had actually a great tournament circuit. Averaged probably around 15 points a game. Was getting a couple boards, dunking the ball, just putting on the show. You know, in front of some Division I coaches, a couple D2 coaches, and I got invited to a Jordan Brand dunk contest.
Yeah, I seen that.
Man, that was like the moment I think my life just started to make a turnaround for just everything. How I just started to blow up from then to like even now. So I took off from behind the free throw line. And when I planted, the goal was, it's crazy because people asked me, they was like, what were you thinking when you like walked back down the other end of the court? I was like, hey man, I was really just gonna take off. People don't know that the goal wasn't to like take off from behind the free throw line. The plans was just to take off and see how far I can just glide to get to the rim to make the dunk. Yeah. And so once they showed the replay on it, they was like, oh no, he was behind the line. He was behind the line. And once I went back and looked at it, they kind of stopped the dunk contest for like 10 minutes. And they was like, it's over. Like, that's a 10. That's a 10. Like, I don't know no other dunks that's topping that. You know? And I was amongst some of the best, like Jaylen Brown, played with the Boston Celtics, few other guys that's overseas playing. And so, man, it was just a great moment to be in that field and met Victor Oladipo, Tiana Taylor, Bow Wow, some of the judges, a couple pro dunkers, and that I'm still actually in contact with to this day. Not every day, but every blue moon, once they see me and see some of the stuff that I'm still doing, they reach out and say congratulations and keep going. So that was just a huge moment for me in my life that kind of, you know, started to just blow up for me from there.
Yeah, man. Have you ever been to the Iverson Classic?
No, I haven't been. No,
man.
No, we didn't get to play in that.
You should probably go do that there. I did see that dunk, though, on YouTube.
It was crazy.
Once again, shout out Agent 5.
Yeah, shout out Agent 5. And so it's crazy. So after that, a couple months later, I got called to Michigan for a Bose commercial, a Bose sound system commercial.
Wow.
That I actually shot. It took a whole day for like a 1-minute commercial. First time getting that experience in. So it was on Vimeo at the time, and it didn't make like the actual television.
Yeah.
But you can go on Vimeo and like go back and look at it. It's called Music is My Empowerment. And so it was kind of awesome how they did it, how it came about. So it was like the storyline was on it that I couldn't dunk, but through music, I was able to like motivate myself, hype myself up, tune in to like be able to like teach myself how to dunk. So it's a great video to like, you can go check it out. It's called Music is My Empowerment on both. It's an old video, but it's really legit. Yeah.
Well, now that you've created this type of momentum coming out of high school, you ended up going to Alabama?
Went to Alabama. So senior year actually of high school. Let's reverse. Senior year of high school, I won a state championship in track and field in the high jump.
Oh, there you go.
And I was like, man, I still can't just put the ball down like that. So I'm gonna just pursue my talents and continue my passion for basketball. So I went to JUCO for basketball.
Yeah.
Played with a couple of my teammates, Tyron Jones, Keelan Jackson, which is Chris' cousin, Zeke, and we all still close to this day.
Yeah.
And so played basketball with those guys for 2 years. And it's crazy because at the end of each basketball season, I talked to the coach. I was like, hey, coach, I think I want to continue to, pursue my talents and career in high jump too. He was like, man, I totally support it. I'm here for you. And so he let me do that, and I was jumping unattached.
Yeah.
And so that's how I picked up all my Division I offers in track and field, because I was just showing up to different college meets.
Yeah.
And I was beating all the college athletes out. And they was like, who is this kid? Who is this guy? And so that's how my offers started coming in for track and field. So it was huge, man. It was just a huge moment at the time. I think my personal best at the time was 7'3", and I actually jumped at Bama, and that's how I got the Alabama offer.
Man, how was that an experience? Because Alabama is what is the motto? The Roll Tide?
Roll Tide, where legends are made. We got Willie, the new guy.
Yeah.
Blitz, Bama Blitz. It's just so much. It's a legacy behind it. And I feel like those 2 years that I was at Bama, I feel like it molded me to the person that I am today, just through my coaches there, through the athletes, the students there, everything that we just had, man. It was so great. And for one, people know it as like a football program, but I went in and I showed them that, hey, it also can be a track program. It also
some of the most prominent athletes through the NFL, MLB, you name it, have come from Alabama. So that definitely have to be proud of. Who have been mentors or guides along this journey? Because that's a lot for so young to be. To be thrown into, not that you were thrown into this, because obviously your talent is exceeding, but it's a lot to take in.
Sure. I say, for one, man, my faith is just so strong in God, and I know what I believe in. And for two, my mom and my dad, they're the whole way just coming up through elementary. They had me involved in everything. So being able to see that support, I feel like pushed me to the person that I am today, because they follow me everywhere. So I feel like my main two mentors, by far, my mother and my father.
Yeah.
For sure. And they just, taught me as a young kid, hey, man, just whatever you put your heart to, just give it 110%. Give it 1,000% in whatever you decide to do, because we know the potential on you. We just want you to believe it.
Yeah.
So I feel like as I got older and matured and started to see that for myself, that's when things started to kind of open doors up for me and everything. So it's just a blessing to have, two parents like that in my life, and still have them to this day to just continue to push me to the limit. And knowing I'm 28, I'll be 28 tomorrow, actually. I'm still young, and it's it's just the maturity. Like I said, the mindset that I have now at a young age, I had to, come on out.
I got to do that. Happy birthday, dog.
Yes, sir. It's a blessing, man. But yeah, just being able to have them in my life. And I got 2 older sisters. I got 4 nephews. I'm a great uncle, actually. 4 nephews and a niece. So
there we go.
Just like I just motivate the ones that look up to me. So just being able to have them on my side, and my sisters that motivate me through it all, man. It's just
family,
family, man. That's the key right there. Family is everything. Family over everything. And I know without them, I wouldn't be this far. So just like I said, my mom and my dad by far was my main 2 mentors.
Yeah. So what was the experience like, going from basketball to track or high jumping in college, and what were some of the accolades that you picked up? Wow. Man,
it was different. It was tough. It was a tough transition for me, knowing I had to put the ball down, but I also feel like it was a calling. It was a calling from God. Saying that He had another route for me, and I just had to be obedient. And to this day, it's still hard to put the ball down. You know what I mean? But just, for doing it for my job, I know that I have to stay healthy. But some of the accolades behind it, man, became a SEC champion as a team at the University of Alabama, a 3-time All-American, 2-time SEC indoor and outdoor champion, NCAA champion, and just all those accolades started to pull in. And in 2019, made my first world championship team, and I was still in college at the time. So
Yeah.
made my first world championship team in 2019. And so, man, I just been hitting it ever since then.
Man.
Yeah, so many, man. Like I said, 3-time U.S. champion, indoor, outdoor, lifetime personal best of 233, which is 7'7", 3/4 in meters and to feet. Tokyo Olympic finalist.
Yeah.
Which it was experience there. We can talk about that too later.
Oh, we about to.
Yeah, Tokyo Olympic finalist. World championship final, 3-time world championship finalist, and I finally, blessing be to God, that actually this year got my first world global medal. So I got a indoor silver world championship medal. So
that's it right
that's
there.
it right there. We can
yeah, go ahead, man.
Boom, show them. So
show them right into the center.
Glasgow, Scotland, man. The World Indoor Championships back in March of this year.
Can I see it?
Yeah, man.
Man.
Take it out. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so I feel like that's just
I feel the power.
That motivated me right there, and I take it with me. It's crazy because I normally put it in my backpack before practice every day, and I just keep it on me because I feel like just having this is just confidence and motivation to one step closer to the goal.
That's right. So
I look at this every day, every night before I go to bed, and hey, man, I'll be like, hey, it's more in you. It's up to you how you know what I'm saying, pursue it. So,
that's fire.
Yeah, this is my baby right here. This is my first one of many. So
hey,
let's get it.
Man, well, that's these blessings, man. God bless you, number one, bro.
Yes,
like, you just taking it to new heights, man.
Yep.
And from what we've talked about, it just climbing that ladder.
Yep.
What does it mean to you? Because you've been to Tokyo.
Man, it means a lot. Just coming out, being able to travel the world. My first year making the team, I was in Doha, Qatar. That was my first international trip. It was to Qatar, and by far that was huge for me. And ever since then, man, it's just meant so much to me just to be able to see different parts of the world at a young age. And I tell people all the time, man, I said, if that opportunity is there, take it and take full advantage of it, because some of the things I see around here just really don't excite me no more, because once you see all parts of the world, like I said, I was in Tokyo, it's a 14-hour time different across the world. So it's like at the time, there was COVID going on, and so the rules was a little strict, but just being able to be there in that moment to just say that, oh man, I'm an actual Olympian. It never did really just sink in with me, because we didn't have any fans, we didn't have that extra get up and have that crowd support, but just being there in that moment, being able to meet different athletes from different countries and being able to, wear these rings right here, it just meant a lot, man. So I took advantage of that after that year and just started to work harder and knowing that, hey man, you got other Olympics coming up. Yeah. It's just the start of it right here. So meant a lot to me, man. Like I said, being able to travel the world and just see all parts of the world just been a journey for sure.
Yeah. Now it's leading up once again. Sure. What's the training regimen going to be like leading up to this?
Man, it's crazy, man. I got to shout my coach. Yeah, let's take it there, man. Being able to just transition from one state to another. Like I said, I've been in Houston for a year now.
Yeah.
I got a coach out here, man. It's a great coach, man. His name is Patrick Powell. He's been in the game for some years now, and he knows the sport, knows the event very, very well. And so he believes in my abilities. For one, I believe in myself, and just having somebody like that on your team outside of your parents, that mentor, that support.
Yeah.
Me and my coach just being able to be tight, and be able to talk to each other about whatever just means a lot. And I feel like that brings confidence to me. So the training has been when I first got to Houston, of course, man, in Houston, it's a lot through here. You see a lot, you do a lot. Yeah. Just being able to get out, the scenery is
totally different. This is my first time here, man.
The scenery is totally different. You got the Houston Rockets, the Astros, you got the Houston Texans, you got just everything. It's like a party city, basically. But so when I first got here, man, I was just outside, just enjoying myself. And me and my coach, we just talking. He was like, hey, man, it's some ways you can figure out just how to bore yourself and just totally dial in. And so once I realized, I was like, man, going back to what we talked about of just traveling the world, I was like, man, I did this. I did this in college, which is okay to do it every now and then on special occasions. But I feel like once I found that full focus and everything, it's just my whole perspective of just being a professional athlete has just totally changed. The training has been great. My body, everything has just been healthy. just enjoying the process, being able to compete how I want to compete at a higher level, knowing that I'm healthy, knowing that I'm in shape, knowing that I'm fit and strong to be able to jump those high bars and take it to new heights. So like I said, man, this is just a level of just discipline and just staying focused, knowing when to say no. It's not that.
And that's another thing, like mentally, how do you prepare yourself for such under the pressure type events, man? You got to think about this. Like, you've went to the Olympics multiple times, and you've had the whole world watching you.
That's right.
How do you, in that moment, how do you grasp that mentally?
Man, you know what? I never really just thought about it like that, but grasping those situations is just a process for me. Is for, man, just totally just being like to myself, just locking in, just full focus, big on prayer, and just going out and doing the things that I really set my heart and mind to, whether on that day it goes my way or not. I know that I went out there and gave my 110% effort. So at the end of the day, it's like mentally how I prepare for those moments, just meditation, just dialing in, like you said, staying disciplined, staying focused when it comes to like eating right. I get on certain diets, just staying on top of my protein, just stuff like that to just keep me fit and strong. It's the small things away from the track, I feel like, that mentally prepares me for the hard things on the track. So I know how to overcome those obstacles when it comes to like being able to compete at a high level with some of the best of the best. So I just lock in mentally, man, and just really stay focused. It's all about, like you said, just staying focused, just working hard every day. And I know when I'm taking care of the small things away from the track, good things gonna happen on the track. So
Man, well, I gotta say, man, kudos to you, man, because you're taking it, like I said over and over, you're taking it to different type heights. Now, you have this blessing that has been going for you all these years. What are some barriers you faced in the beginning of this career path?
Man, interesting story, man. So I've been through 2 different agents. I'm on my 3rd agent now, man. And so I tell everybody that's want to do a professional sport, whether it's track, basketball, whatever, I say always follow your heart, follow your dream. Make sure you have great connections coming out, because when I first came out, I didn't really know too much about track. I didn't know really what I was getting myself into, so I had to educate myself and talk to other guys and stuff that was in the sport. So I got buddies and stuff that I'm real close with that kind of put me on, like, this is what you need to expect, this is what you need to know. So overcoming them challenges, listening to different agents telling me, oh, I can get you this deal, I can get you that deal, I can get you in this meet, I can get you in that meet, guaranteed. And knowing in that moment, like, this is not happening. The things that they were telling me wasn't happening. So it's like staying focused on that perspective was just like, okay, you know what? I know it's going to be a great outcome at the end of the day. So just don't let that bother you. You got to start somewhere. And I knew I had to start somewhere. So, man, I'm on my 3rd agent now, and she's a lady out of Atlanta, Georgia. And, man, she's Team Icon. That's the name, Team Icon. Icon Management, man. And ever since then, back in 2022, I signed my first shoe contract deal with Nike. Been with them 2 years. And
you hear this, people? All right, I got to get off this. Suppress this button for you.
Man.
My boy, guys.
Silver Strike, man, all day. Yes, sir.
With Nike, man.
Yes, sir.
Nike.
Wow. And so she pushed the deal for me with them, and, man, I had to start somewhere. So they was like, okay, we signing this high jumper. What does he have to bring to the table? And once I had to show him my character. And it's more in this sport to just an event. You got to show character. You got to show gratitude, attitude to make the people really want you. Like, what type of person is he? You know what I'm saying? Outside of high jumper, like, does he have ambition about himself? Does he have like character about himself? So outside of all that, I had to show all that. And once they saw that, and like you said, we bumped heads and stuff, but other than that, man, everything's just been going so smooth. And I'm just grateful to be in the position that I am, and just being able to wear Nike and represent Nike. It's just been a journey. So
yeah, man,
sure, it's been a journey.
That's definitely a defining moment in your career. But what have been some of the most defining moments?
Man, I think every jump that I take, man, and I be able to clear the bar, it just be a moment of like, to where I look at it and it's like, man, it's just only room for improvement. It's like I be satisfied with certain things, but I'm never really just satisfied, because I know it's more in the tank.
Yeah.
And so it's like when I jump a certain bar, I jump a high bar, I look at it, it's like, oh, you got more in the tank. So what are you gonna do to get you to the next level, to get you over those new heights? And it's like those defining moments right there, just clearing that bar and just going up and being able to know that I come down and I look up and the bar's still on there. I just celebrate every time. And it was like, and some people look at me like, oh, why are you celebrating? They don't ask that, but I can just see how the regret their face. I was like, man, it's just a joyous moment for me, just being
Yeah.
able to clear higher bars and attempt new bars and knowing that I was close to clearing them, man. It's just a joyous moment. So
There you go. How has being from Mississippi attributed to your success?
being from a small town like Mississippi, a small state like Mississippi, man, I feel like it's brought a lot of attention to people all over the world. You know, especially being from Mississippi and the kids from Mississippi that's looking up to me, just them reaching out to me, you know, and just asking me different questions on what it takes and just being able to support the younger group, whether they're younger or older, man. I just like to support everybody that's willing to work and just put their dreams and dedication to something that they want to achieve. And I always tell them, hey, man, I said, as long as you got breath in your body, you're able to get around and you're healthy and do what you're able to do and do what you love to do. I say, go out and do it. You know,
Yeah.
keep God first, keep your faith strong, and go out and do it. Go out and achieve it at the highest of the highest. So just being from Mississippi and motivating ones around me from just all over, it's just been a journey because I talk to people like every day, almost every day. So it's just been a journey, you know, being from a small town and being able to motivate the ones that's actually looking up to me and support. So
Now, I asked you before how you mentally prepare, but what are the emotions you go through before you compete?
oh yeah, the emotions I go through before I compete, man, it's just sometimes I get sleepless at night, don't get the amount of rest that I feel like I need. But I feel like in that moment, I don't necessarily overthink. I think it just be a moment of just excitement and kind of like being nervous a little bit at the same time.
Yeah.
And so I prepare myself with just, you know, laying there sometimes just looking at the ceiling, just talking to myself like, hey man, tomorrow's go day. You know, it's time to rock and roll. So try to relax and just get you a good night's sleep and just, you know, stay focused, stay relaxed, and just go out, enjoy, and have fun. And once I realized that, to just go out, have fun, and compete at a high level, knowing what I'm capable of, it's like everything just started to click. And I feel like on that day, you know when you're gonna have a good day because you can just feel it, and everything just started to click. So I feel like in that moment before a competition, all honesty, man, I'll go to sleep for 2 hours, wake up, maybe go to sleep for 3 hours. So I really don't get probably no more than 5 or 6 hours sleep before a competition, but I be feeling real rested and ready to rock and roll because I feel like it'd be more of an excitement thing, just ready to go out there and have fun and compete with the best of the best. You know, so.
Any pre competition rituals you do?
Oh, for sure. I'll get up in the morning and I listen to music before I actually head out. And people ask me, they was like, "You don't listen to music while you warming up?" I was like, "No, I just rather like just be rather be like real peaceful and just hear the wind and just I can focus better." But like in the morning,
He
before
said
I leave,
embrace.
and just embrace the moment, you know. So I really don't listen to music like while I'm actually warming up, but in the moment, like of like preparing, like to get ready to leave out to head over to the competition arena, I listen to music all day. Yep.
What's well, here we are. I mean, you're a high jumper. You're a world renowned high jumper. What's the highest you ever jumped?
The highest I ever jumped, 7.7 3/4.
Oh my
Man, it's crazy. 7.7 3/4, right at 7.8. So
dude jumped 7. Say that one more time.
7.7, 7 feet 7 3/4, which is taller than everybody that probably done been through the NBA.
Yes.
Yeah, by far. So
I was gonna say Giannis, but that's not even close. That's clear.
Yeah, I can clear Giannis. I can clear Wemby. I can
Oh,
Bull, everybody.
Wemby?
Shaq. I can clear Wemby. Like we can go out right now. If you ever get to see this one day with me, meet up with me. I can put you under the bar, and I can go right over you, easy. And that's 7. He's 7'4".
oh my man.
7.7. And so I done cleared 7.7 a total of 3 times in my career. I done jumped 7.6 so many times, and 7.5 is like just like a bar I can just go out on any given day. And
He's like, I'm just gonna do this
just
one.
gonna jump 7.5 and so the goal is, man, I don't set on competition days. I really don't set a number on what I'm gonna jump on that day. I just go off how I feel. But I've had some great attempts at 7.8, 7.9. Had a couple cracks at the American record, which is 7 feet 11.
Yeah.
And man, I feel like it can happen. it's most definitely doable, and I feel like I'm the one to go out and get it done. So it's just take that one day. All it takes is one jump, you know.
Yeah.
So once it clicks, I feel like it can happen for sure.
For sure. Well, you're tall.
6'2".
You jump high. Can you run fast?
People always test me like, man, y'all ain't got to do a lot of running. All y'all doing is running 20 meters and just jumping straight up. I was like, hey, we can line up. We can line up on the 6 and you can test my speed,
Yeah.
you know.
What's your 40 like?
My 40, I feel like right now today in the 40, I think I can go out and give a good 4.5, which that might be slow for like the size I am, but for like training for it, I don't really train like for sprints. I feel like right now I can go out and drop a good 4.5 right now.
Gotcha.
I think if I train for it, probably 4.3 for sure.
I believe it.
No, most definitely.
I believe it, man.
Most definitely.
You know, is it surreal to you that you're a world-renowned athlete?
Man, you know what? Good question, man. I tell my mom all the time, I say, everything that I've accomplished thus far, it doesn't just seem to like sink in. You know, I honor those moments and I honor the gift, and I just be thankful for everything that's happened. But I just know it's more in the tank. You know, it's, like I said, it goes back to show that it's like I'm satisfied, but I know it's more to come. You know, just keep working hard. So it's like those moments, like even when I got my first world medal, I was like, man, it just never really hit me. I have a moment to where like I might shed a few tears or here and there, but it's like, does it ever really sink in? And I feel like I'm one of those ones that in that moment, I don't think about it because I feel like, man, I want more.
Yeah.
You know, I want more. I'm jumping for more. So it's like never really just sink in. But I take those moments and I, you know, try to just enjoy it and just honor every moment of just greatness. For sure.
What are goals to kick off the bucket list before the day comes where, you know?
Man, goals to kick off the bucket list. Of course, with my girlfriend. Been right at a year. We've been together. She's in law school from St. Louis. Well, she's from Decatur, Illinois, but she goes to SLU in St. Louis, Missouri. So just I feel like when she came in my life, it was like a joyous moment of just getting to know someone that was kind of totally opposite from me.
Yeah.
And just bringing that something out of me that I never thought I had. And so like she's the more laid back type. I'm the more hype type, and it's like every time I see her, she motivates me in ways that I never really thought I could imagine. But just having her there on my side, and she's so supportive, being able to you know travel and support and come watch me compete. She came to Budapest, came to Europe for her first time ever, just to watch me jump, and I said, man, that just meant a lot to me. And
Man,
so,
you got me thinking about my wife. My wife has been my rock, man. I'm in Houston. We just touched down about 5 hours ago. Right. Here we are right now, and this wouldn't be anything possible without my woman, my wife.
That's right.
But that's beautiful, you know what I mean? Yep. You said she about to be a lawyer?
Yeah, she's gonna be a lawyer. So we bump heads every now and then, but I'm starting to slowly start to understand everything that she does, everything that she, you know, put her dreams and hope to. And I know there's moments where I motivate her to, you know, keep going, keep the faith, and just keep working hard. Because I know that law stuff can just be hectic. Just being able to just like talk to her and she be busy all the time. I just, you know, when she's locked in, I just let her have her way.
So what is this? We gonna put you on the spot right now. You ready to just?
Yeah, it's about that time. Man.
It's about.
I say to myself, I was like, man, you gotta think. I'm finna be 20. I really be thinking to myself, like, what's literally out there for me?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, looks can be so deceiving.
Oh, for sure. It ain't always greener on the other side, man. It ain't always
green on the other side. So I feel like once you find there's someone that's just 10 toes down and someone you can just lean on and depend on in every given moment outside of like my mom, my dad, and just family in general, and just having like that support from that significant other, man, just means a lot. So yeah, man, it's about that time. I'm not gonna put a date and time on it, but I do feel like it's coming pretty soon.
It's coming soon.
So yeah, she's very mature. You know, she got a year on me, so.
Well, man, she's about to be a lawyer, bro. She doing, man. So. I just wrapped up the show Suits.
Yeah, for sure. Yes, sir.
It's all about lawyers, but what's advice you would give? And this is the question we always work towards, you know, in the interviews I do. What advice would you give to aspiring athletes as well as youth?
Advice that I would give to aspiring athletes and youth is, man, just keep the dream alive. Like Like I said, I've been saying it the whole podcast. Keep the dream alive. Put your heart towards something that you want to achieve. You know, whether that's in any sport, golf, basketball, you can name so many. And don't never ever let nobody tell you that you can't do it.
Yeah.
You know, so once you figure out your calling and your passion and what you're capable of, that's when things will start to just click for you.
Yeah.
So just keep the dream alive, man. Keep the faith. Just work hard every day and just, you know, keep working. Just grind. It's a grind. It's a process. So trust the journey.
Trust the journey.
If it don't go your way right away, just know you got time. So never give up on the dream. Because there been moments where, man, I'm not going to say I wanted to give up, but it got hard on me. You know what I mean? So I just had to stick to it and trust the journey and trust the plans that God had for me and just stick to it and never let nobody tell you that you can't do something that you want to put that you wanted to achieve at the highest level. So just keep the dream alive, work hard, and just go get it.
Yeah.
Go get it. Don't let nobody stop you. You the only person that can stop you. The only person that can stop you is you. Nobody else. Yeah. Remember that. And take that deep and run with it. Because can't nobody stop you but you. Only person that can stop you is you. Nobody on the outside, your parents, nobody. Only person that can stop you is you.
Man. Well, Shelby, I appreciate you.
I appreciate it, man.
I appreciate you letting me come into your home, meet the parents.
Oh, yeah.
Meet the fan bam.
Yes, sir.
It's truly been a pleasure. I've heard nothing but great things about you. And to finally meet you, it's we're definitely gonna race after this. And I'm not saying I'm gonna win, but I'm gonna say I raced the Olympian.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Whether it's a race, a jump, however you want to do it, man, we can do it. And man, I appreciate you for the opportunity, just being able to come down, and this opportunity, like I said, for me, for the both of us. I'm just glad you were able to make it, and I knew we was gonna make it happen. It was just all about making it happen. So it's been great, man.
So when I know you got a couple more trials you have to do before you set out for the Summer Olympics.
Yep.
When do you compete again?
So my next event actually is here in about less than 2 weeks. I actually leave for Xiamen in Shanghai, China for 2 Diamond League meets. So I'll be on the other side of the country in China.
Do you hear this, people?
11 days. So I go to China for 2 Diamond League meets here in 2 weeks, and then I got a big break, and then I do 2 meets in Ostrava, which is in the Czech Republic area. So I got 2 meets over there, and then Olympic trials this summer in June.
Yeah.
And then after trials, we're going to train up and get ready for Paris. So about 5 meets ahead. And like I said, it's all about just really staying healthy, staying fit, working hard, and just really just taking care of my body, taking care of the small things, away from the track to be ready for when it's time to reach those new heights. So,
well, again, I appreciate you. Team USA right in front of me.
Oh, yeah.
High jumping.
Oh, yeah.
We gonna call it how we see it. You a champion in my eyes.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm honored to share this time and space with you, man.
Yes, sir.
So thank you again for coming on.
Definitely.
And with that, Spearhead out.